Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Ron DeSantis just laid waste to a liberal reporter who did really the unthinkable here and trying to blame him for a mass tragedy. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Ron DeSantis, who is the Republican presidential candidate and governor of Florida, was, I should say, a potential Republican presidential candidate. Right now, he's getting outpaced by Trump by about 50 points, give or take. But potential Republican candidate, Republican challenger, he was giving a press conference about, what's going on in the state of Florida. And one reporter had the nerve to say to him, it was a reporter of color, said to him, there was a mass shooting of black people in the state of Florida this month, and he said to him, well, why do you allow people like me to be hunted, to be targeted? And his reference was to policies that DeSantis has made that take a lot of the woke stuff out of schools, take a lot of the Black Lives Matter stuff out of schools, and, teach actual real history. Well, this guy didn't like it, and that's okay to not like it, because that's a legitimate point of view. If you think black history is not being properly taught in the school, that's a legitimate point of view, and I can have a conversation with you, and I'm sure the governor can have a conversation with you about that. To equate that to, quote, allowing, end quote, people to hunt and kill black people, well, that was too much for DeSantis to take, and he unloaded on him. Let's take a look at it.
The people who were murdered a couple weeks ago. Trayvon Martin was not the first.
So first of all,
I did not allow anything with that. Well, listen, excuse me. I'm not going to let you accuse me of committing criminal activity. I am not going to take that. I am not going to take that. So you want to have a civil conversation, that's one thing. Try to say that I'm letting, that guy was Baker acted. He should have been ruled ineligible, but they didn't involuntarily commit him, and so they weren't. No, there is the truth. There is something about the truth. It's not everyone doesn't have their own truth. No. You don't get to come here and blame me for some madman. That is not appropriate, and I'm not going to accept it. Yeah. Oh, that is nonsense. That is such nonsense. We've done more to support law enforcement in this state than anybody throughout the United States. Our crime rate in Florida is at a 50-year low. We have enacted policies so that people have a chance to live in safety. We have attracted people to come to this state in large part because we've had a commitment to public safety. So the notion that somehow we're not supportive of safety is absurd. And we've put our money where our mouth is. We've put support behind policies to hold people accountable who hurt other people. You haven't seen us releasing people from prison. When they hurt, when you do the crime, you do the time.
Now, the governor's absolutely right. It is abhorrent. It is reprehensible to try and equate the two things. If you have a legitimate point of concern about what's being taught in the schools or the governor's decision on, affirmative action or anything like that, then those are legitimate points of view you could take up with the governor. But to try and say that policies he's crafted have somehow helped some lunatic, some psycho racist, go ahead and kill black people is insane. It's insane. Listen, I'm going to tell you some hard realities here. Racism's not going away. No, there's no law that's going to stop racism. And there's no law that's going to stop crazy. You get racist people because you can't outlaw stupidity. Listen, if you can judge somebody by the color of their skin, if you can look at somebody and say, I hate that person, just based on the color of their skin, you're not a reasonable, sane, normal person, and no law is going to change that. That's not a smart person. And if you're a crazy person, there's no law that's going to change that. But there was a law in place. As the governor said, this shooter got Baker acted, and nobody took away his right to buy arms. That should have been done. That's where the failure was. So don't blame the governor for this. Well, no matter what you feel about Ron DeSantis on the presidency issue as he takes on Trump, whatever, he was spot on correct about this. That reporter, if you can call him that, I say activist, should be ashamed of himself. I want to know what you think, so please let me know in the comments. This is a hot button issue. I really want to know your thoughts. Also, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe because, again, that really helps us out. I'm Carmine Sabia. This is Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.